Hi, I'm Lisa Lamea, and welcome to Eye on the Eagles, an in-depth look into American University athletics. In today's episode, we'll take a look back at AU's fall sports along with several other highlights from the year thus far. Men's soccer kicked off the 2014 season with several big wins, including a 2-1 win over number 1 ranked UCLA in overtime.
But we responded when we went out to New Mexico and got a huge win, which really got us rolling. The UCLA win was great for the program, and it built some confidence, and then we won 5 in a row off that momentum. So the start was fantastic.
Throughout the season, the Eagles never lost their flair for the dramatic, defeating Holy Cross 3-2 in overtime.
Wide rab. Robs with a shot and a goal! Sensational. Beautiful strike from Christian Robs, and that will do it as a dog pile in the far corner. Alumni in the bench clears.
The Eagles will lose several seniors next season, including academic All-American Jake Weinreb, but will lean on returning fifth-year senior and captain Jordan Manley. After a challenging 2014 slate, Eagles women's soccer will have high hopes with 7 of the top 11-point scorers returning for the upcoming season. Seniors Charlene Bellinger and Danny Beard, who will both be returning as graduate students, will hope to lead their team back to the Patriot League playoffs.
We're a pretty young team, still kind of developing a little bit since I've been head coach for the past 2 seasons, so kind of working on our dynamic as a team, on and off the field, working on how we're going to attack as a team, how we're going to defend, and I felt like our attacking actually progressed a little bit towards the end of the season. As a whole, the team defending was a lot better as well as the season went, so that was a good thing to see.
Senior forward Lindsay Marie led the Eagles in points and goals, as well as being one of the top scorers in the Patriot League. The Eagles also had an academic All-Patriot League selection in sophomore midfielder Marley Jennings, who had a perfect 4.0 GPA. Another strong captain for the Eagles was men's cross country's Tom Warmer. He led the team both on and off the course. Along with his 21st place finish at the Patriot League Championships, Warmer is also the president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, which we will have more about later today. Sophomore Brendan Johnson will be one of the runners looking to fill the hole left by Warmer next season. Johnson, who had a breakout season, came in 18th overall at the Patriot League Championship to help his team place 5th.
We're proud of them. Very young team, but unfortunately down the stretch we got a couple of small injuries and some sickness that ran through the team. So it slowed us down for the championship, and we weren't happy with our exactly pleased with our finishes in the conference, but we're very hungry to do even better next year.
The women's cross-country team will not have the same worries of losing experienced runners, as they were comprised of all underclassmen. They will hope to build on this season's 7th place finish at the Patriot League Championships and will rely on the growth of runners such as Karina Velasco. AU field hockey had an extremely tough schedule this season, facing several ranked opponents, grabbing big wins over number 9 Old Dominion and number 16 Michigan State.
Yeah, it's always important for us to have a tough non-conference schedule. We want to make sure that we're playing all the top teams that we can week in and week out, getting tested, and hopefully we're able to achieve our initial objective each year, which is going to the Patriot League tournament and becoming champions. And to be able to advance into the NCAA, it's important that we end up playing top teams week in and week out.
The Eagles finished 3rd in the regular season and faced number 20 Boston University in the Patriot League semifinals, falling 3-1 to the Terriers. However, the team had several good takeaways from the season, including a 3rd-team All-American selection, who we will have the opportunity to sit down with later in today's episode. One of the biggest highlights of the fall semester for AU was the Eagles' run to the NCAA volleyball tournament. After some tough games out of conference, Coach Barry Goldberg's team won their first 15 matches of conference play and did not drop a Patriot League set at home in Bender Arena.
I think overall our season was played at a pretty high level. We had great success with running an offense that was fast, and so really proud of our team. We challenged ourselves early in the season with some top teams and just felt like needing to play more and more of those top teams and better teams in the country to challenge us and get us ready for maybe making a deeper run into the NCAA tournament.
AU won the regular season and earned the privilege of hosting the Patriot League tournament.
Rosberg to serve. Tough ball, Brantley, and that's how it ends. American University, the 2014 Patriot League champions.
After winning both of their Patriot League tournament matches in 3 sets and lifting the Patriot League trophy, Coach Goldberg's team headed to Penn State, where they faced Dayton in the first round of the NCAA tournament.
At Ameritel Corporation, we know that every document is the most important document. That's why Ameritel offers a full line of Kyocera printers and copiers, customized apps, and services. Learn more at AmeritelCorporation.com.
Welcome to our sleepy little college town. You may have heard of us. Here we stand up for causes as naturally as we sit down for classes. We believe that knowledge, understanding, and discovery will make the world a better place, and that our contributions are only limited by our imaginations. Words, medals, and degrees don't make us who we are. Meaningful change does.
We are American.
And there's nothing we would rather be.
The Patriot League, today's scholar athlete, tomorrow's leader.
On January 31st, young girls from all over the DC area came together in Bender Arena for National Girls and Women in Sports Day. The girls and their families attended the AU women's basketball game against Holy Cross and then had the opportunity to play with our very own AU athletes representing several women's sports teams. Let's tune in to hear several athletes as they give clinics in their respective sports.
Okay, listen up. The first thing, we're going to see how to hold the stick. So we're going to get our left hand, put our thumb down, and grab it on the top of the stick. Yes? The other hand, we're going to put the palm to me, and then grab it. Good. This part of my foot, I turn it and I hit it like that. Yeah, try that. Inside. Oh, good. You guys watch this. Watch this real quick. No, let me see. I'm dribbling. Two. And I'm going to tag her. I tag her. She has to hold that bottom. Righties or lefties? Righties. So hold the stick like this. There you go. And put your bottom hand on the bottom of the stick. Perfect. Perfect. The clinic went great. It was a lot of fun and a lot of energetic kids from a variety of ages. Very excited to learn volleyball, and we were very excited to teach them. The Women in the Sports Day went really well. It was really great to have all the kids out supporting us. The crowd was really big today, and it was great to see everyone in action afterwards, shooting layups and doing some defense with us. Oh, good job, good catch, awesome. One more. Ready? Nice. All right, so today was Women in Sports Day. We had an awesome time. We had a bunch of youth kids coming around from all over the area. We had them playing soccer. We had a basketball area. We had cheerleading, dance, field hockey, anything you can name. We had the best athletes at the school teaching them skills, just having a good time. And we really like this event because it promotes healthy lifestyle and being active and just promoting girls in sports. And I'm already out of breath because they were working me so hard, so I think we had a really good time.
The Student Athlete Advisory Committee is an organization made up of representatives from all AU teams centered around the idea of enhancing the student-athlete experience. The committee is active in the community and has been working to increase their involvement. Thanks to President of SAC and men's cross-country captain Tom Warmer, the committee has been involved with the Trevor Project.
The Trevor Project is the nation's leading LGBTQ suicide prevention organization. So they have a 24-hour hotline that has been open for 16 years that kids can call in if they're in a crisis. and they also have online resources for kids that are struggling with their identity or are contemplating suicide. As the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, it's our role to advise the athletic department on things that are important issues to students, and then also to get involved in the community. And so this work with the Trevor Project is kind of a combination of both. We're working with a nonprofit organization, and we're also working with the athletic department to make the lives of athletes here at American University a little better.
Well, as an athlete, you're a representative of the school in a more public light, so we're supposed to be the embodiment of what the school stands for, which is like service and doing well in academic excellence and all of that. So being a part of like community service is essential to being an athlete because you are the representation of your school.
After the break, Associate Athletic Director Doug Dole investigates what makes men's basketball point guard Pee Wee Gardner so special.
Hey, guess what day it is?
Hump day!
Hump day! It's hump day!
Yeah.
Hey, Mike! Mike!
Mike!
Guess
what
day it is? Hey, Camel! Guess what day it is?
It's not even Wednesday. Let it go, Phil. If you're a camel, you put up with this all the time. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do. Okay.
At Ameritel Corporation, we know that every document is the most important document. That's why Ameritel offers a full line of Kyocera printers and copiers, customized apps, and services. Learn more at AmeritelCorporation.com.
They've stormed beaches and freed countries. They've raised our flag and our hope. They've been called leathernecks. They've been called devil dogs. But above all, they're called Marines.
So it's in the hands of Pee Wee Gardner with now 7 to go. Gets a screen from Jones. Watched by Danaher. Shakes, bakes, drives, and scores! At the buzzer, it's Pee Wee Gardner. They're going to say maybe 0.2 seconds left, but Pee Wee Gardner has got this building on its feet with a 1-point AU lead.
In his 2 years at American, Pee Wee Gardner has had a massive impact on the program. As AU fans have seen, there's just something special about this guy.
My sense is that Pee Wee's a very old soul. That even though he's 23 years old, he's a college kid, he has a maturity about him, both on and off the court, that manifests itself in the way he plays the game. That he plays with a very cerebral type of game because he doesn't have a body that's going to dominate. And he has complete confidence because, as Mike Brennan says, he's seen everything on the basketball court, that he's going to make the right decision, whether to dive after a loose ball in the first half, or whether to pull up and shoot, or find a teammate, or go to the basket with the game on the line. He has complete confidence in his ability to make the right decision, and clearly everybody else on the team, up to and including the head coach, has complete confidence in his ability to make that right decision.
We had the chance to sit down with head coach Mike Brennan to discuss his relationship with Gardner and what makes the 5'9" senior special.
There's always talk about a special relationship between a head coach and a point guard. What's your special relationship? Do you feel like you've got kind of an unspoken communication with him a little bit?
Well, he's such a good kid. I think he would have a great relationship with any coach. And any coach would love to have him. He's sort of an easy guy to coach. But we do have a great relationship. When you have a kid like that who understands what goes into winning, he understands what you need to do daily in practice. So he's doing all of the other things that a coach would ask everybody. And you're always pointing to him and telling the players, hey, try to emulate him as much as possible. So when you have a guy like that, he's essentially becomes a coach on the court, but it's on a daily basis. It's not just at the last seconds of the game. It's throughout an entire practice, an entire season.
Do you think it's more work ethic, or is it knowledge of the game, or just a sense of the game's flow?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a combination. I mean, I think he's been a hard worker his whole life. I think he's played basketball his whole life, so he has a natural instinct for the game. He played, he started as a sophomore in high school on a national championship team with a bunch of high major players. So for him to, at his size, at the school, at Yates High School, to be starting and running the show as a sophomore says a lot about his maturity and about his understanding of what goes into winning.
Senior co-captain John Shove had a lot to say about his friendship with Gardner and Pee Wee's uncanny ability to almost will his team to a win.
I mean, Pee Wee's one of those guys that'll do whatever it takes to win. I mean, I love playing with him. I have all the confidence in the world in him. I mean, he's one of my roommates, one of my best friends. I mean, and he's also great on the court, so he makes my job a lot easier. And like you said, he makes a lot of those winning plays that aren't exactly on the stat sheet, but he makes a ton of those plays, and we all kind of try to follow his lead in that regard.
Tell me what it means to you as a teammate when somebody says it's John's team, or it's Pee Wee's team, or it's Jesse's team. I mean, this is Pee Wee's team. Tell me what that means.
Like me, Pee Wee, Jesse are all definitely leaders on the team for sure, and Pee Wee definitely being probably our best player, our point guard, and having a lot of those leadership qualities on the court, and has a lot of responsibility on the court. But I mean, I think maybe if you asked him, he might not say it's his team. He probably, because he only cares about winning. He doesn't care about himself. He really just cares about us playing together, playing as a team unselfishly, and winning. Really, that's the bottom line.
Finally, we had the chance to sit with Pee Wee himself to get his unique view on the game and his place on this team.
I just think, for me, I'm not very tall, I'm not very fast. One blessed with those type of talents and skills. So, one thing you can't teach is energy and passion for what you want to do. And, I've been on energy and effort. That's one thing that I try to bring every time, every practice, anytime basketball is in me. I just try to bring the love and energy and effort for every time, you get on the court. So it carries over to the games. Everybody sees that, regardless of what the game is and regardless of the score, we're playing my hardest and to give 110%.
Coach talked about your work ethic and you setting an example of working hard in practice. Where does that come from? Well, you don't take a play off, you don't take a practice off.
Right. It's just the passion. The question you asked me before, this goes back to when I was younger. Having two older brothers and understanding how each day is going to be tough because being the youngest, they pick on you. When you're the youngest one, you've always been the person to be picked on, and when something goes bad, you always be the one playing. So I took that. Growing up was my way of not taking any days off because I know somebody else is getting better, and that's always in the back of my mind. If somebody else in the league, the other point guards, other teams, they're getting better each year, each day, and that's the approach that I have to have and the approach that our team have to have.
Welcome to our sleepy little college town. You may have heard of us. Here we stand up for causes as naturally as we sit down for classes. We believe that knowledge, understanding, and discovery will make the world a better place, and that our contributions are only limited by our imaginations. Words, medals, and degrees don't make us who we are. Meaningful change does.
We are American.
And there's nothing we would rather be.
Huh. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Everybody knows that.
Well, did you know that former pro football player Ickey Woods will celebrate almost anything?
Number 44. Woo! 44, that's me!
Get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts, get some cold cuts.
Woo! Give me some!
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
44, ladies, that's me! Woo! Gonna get some cold cuts today.
America, welcome home the brave. The brave men and women who served their country are coming home. Home to their families and friends. Home to America. Some of these warriors are coming home with wounds you can see, and some with wounds you can't see, like post-traumatic stress disorder. Help us make their return to America as seamless and successful as possible. Contact Wounded Warrior Project at findwwp.org. Welcome home the brave.
The Patriot League, today's scholar athlete, tomorrow's leader.
The Student Academic Luncheon, which honors the top 10% of student athletes, took place on February 11th. All athletes with a 3.93 GPA or above were recognized for their academic success. Jake Weinreb and Jen Dumiak, who are both majoring in math and economics, were the highest-ranking seniors in terms of academics.
I mean, it's nice to be recognized for hard work. Obviously, everyone likes to be recognized for something that they've done. I would have preferred to have not have had to speak, but you know, it was nice stepping out of my comfort zone, and good for everyone to get together. Two of my professors came, so that was very nice. And it's nice having professors that care so much to take time out of their day to come to the luncheon where we're being recognized. It means a lot, probably a lot more than they know it means.
During the luncheon, the student athletes had the opportunity to listen to a speech by Provost Dr. Scott Bass.
In many ways, your unique role as a student athlete and this accomplishment speaks volumes of your development and as a well-rounded person at American University and the kind of student we aim to produce. While many see the excitement and pride you help bring to the university, few understand firsthand the challenges that student athletes encounter in general.
Swimming and diving head coach Mark Davin discussed the importance of senior leadership in the pool and in the classroom.
I'd say when we have great years, in the pool and in the classroom, we have great senior leadership. They're very connected. And when we don't, it's sometimes because we don't have some of that senior leadership.
Soccer seniors Matt Kerman and Jake Weinreb also discussed the balance of academics and athletics.
I guess great, managing soccer and academics would be one of my proudest accomplishments here at AU.
Yeah, so obviously it's a challenge. I think the fact that when you are doing athletics and you obviously have the school component as well, it becomes extra important to plan how you're going to spend your time and how you're going to accomplish an end goal. So I'd say that the whole planning, the example I gave was mapping out the courses that I was going to take, but even time management kind of planning, where you know how your weekly schedule will look, that kind of stuff is vital to any student athlete. I didn't do this alone. I didn't make it here by myself. I had the support through all 4 years from the whole athletic department, as well as many others that I mentioned earlier, but I'm extremely grateful for the guidance that they gave me and the support that they gave me and the faith they showed in me throughout my time here.
This season, AU Field Hockey added another item to their list of accomplishments. Here's Dan Legnato with more.
The AU Field Hockey team has no shortage of major honors and achievements. In his 16 seasons here at AU, head coach Steve Jennings has coached 18 All-American honorees, including senior Grace Wilson. Wilson totaled 49 points, including 18 goals and 13 assists in her career, earning third-team All-American honors this season. In her time here at AU, Wilson was a 10-time Patriot League Defensive Player of the Week, a 2-time selection to the All-Patriot League First Team, and was voted to the Patriot League All-Tournament Team in both 2013 and 14. I and the Eagles got the chance to talk with Grace about her accomplishments and her time here at AU.
I think when I found out that I was All-American, it was more of pride for AU, and that's what I was feeling. It was just like a total, this is for American University, and it was a resemblance of that more so than it was anything personal for me, and I think it just showed what great coaches I've had and what great teammates I've had that made this whole experience possible for me. I definitely never imagined that I would be in this position today. I I was a little girl from Ann Arbor, Michigan, and we don't really have field hockey there. And so I was going to the big bad city of Washington, D.C. and figuring it out. But I'm really excited with where I've come and gone and what the future has in store for me. I think that Steve has developed a culture of AUFH that we're taught that we are seniors our freshman year. So I think I've been preparing for being a senior this whole time that I've been at AU, so it was just a natural progression when I actually was a senior.
I think what makes Grace different is her individual personality. She's just an incredibly warm spirit, somebody who's just incredibly full of gratitude and appreciation for the experiences she's having and loves being able to get out there and compete. Outside of that, I think her unique ability to handle the pressure of being able to make passes under pressure from the center of the field and making tackles in some of the situations she has really made her one of our most special defenders.
So when I came here, I came early. I gray-shirted because I had torn ACL, so I got to be here a semester early, and so I think therefore I had a lot more development time than a lot of players get normally. So I was able to pick up a lot from Steve of just technical. The game is so different when you're in college versus high school, and so I've definitely progressed in the sense of just learning more how to play at an elite level, and Steve has been such a phenomenal coach in that.
Oh, Grace is an incredible distributor of the ball. She's a great tackler, very, very competitive, able to score in clutch situations, make tackles in open spaces in clutch situations. So she's a phenomenal player and was well deserving of an All-American honor this year.
It all goes back to Steve and Sarah. I think we just have the best coaching staff in the nation, and we're just so lucky to have coaches who are more interested in you as you're developing as a player and as a person rather than the instantaneous, what you can produce that moment on the field. And that's something that I think all of us here at AUFH have taken and learned from, and I think I especially was able to really grow from that.
Well, we always want to make sure we're having All-Americans, regional All-Americans, major award winners within the Patriot League. So it's a great feather in our cap whenever somebody is recognized for their amazing accomplishments. So we love it, we pride ourselves on it, but at the same time, we know that everybody's really working hard as a team to be the best that we can be, and ultimately that's the step we want to take together. So great when an individual shines, but we know it's really the result of everybody's hard work too.
For Eye on the Eagles, this is Lisa Lumea, and thanks for watching.